Breaking developments in the search for Alicia Watts. Good evening and welcome. I'm Molly Grantham.
And I'm Jamie Bull. Glad you're here tonight. WBTV has confirmed through new search warrants that Charlotte-Mecklenburg police are investigating her disappearance as a possible murder.
So some quick background, Jamie, information for you guys as to how we got here. Alicia Watts, who lives in Moore County, traveled to Charlotte more than 2 weeks ago on July 14th to see her boyfriend. Her family last saw her on the 16th. 2 days later, troopers found her boyfriend unconscious inside Alicia's SUV in Anson County. Now, according to an incident report from the Anson County Sheriff's Office, the boyfriend, quote, does have a history of domestic violence and is considered a person of interest at this point.
WBTV is live and on your side with team coverage tonight. Claire Kopsky's in Charlotte, and WBTV's Brandon Hamilton is in Moore County, where a vigil for Watts will be held tonight.
So, Claire, let's start with you first, because you've also learned new details tonight about what police found when they searched the boyfriend's home.
Well, Molly and Jamie, that's right. They found a list of items, but before we get to that, it's important to know that the Charlotte-Mecklenburg police search warrant revealed that they went to his house on the 26th, all for looking for evidence of murder. Like you said, when they were in the house, they removed a list of items. That list includes clothing, cell phones, a camera, tablet, laptop, memory card, photos, and they also took swabs. The warrant also says a cousin told police she saw Alicia get into the passenger side of her SUV and her boyfriend get into the driver's side and drive off on July 16th. It also states that cellular records show that Alicia's phone, her boyfriend's phone, and the vehicle all returned to the home around 3 o'clock that afternoon. The warrants go on to detail that the SUV, Alicia's phone, and her boyfriend's phone all remained at his house until around 6 o'clock on July 18th, which is 2 days later. Later that day is when troopers found Alicia's boyfriend unconscious in her SUV at a DMV in Anson County. The CMPD search warrant states that troopers found him and he was unconscious and was the victim of an apparent suicide attempt. We spoke to an activist in Charlotte today who has been in close communication with Alicia's family.
We are relieved that it's out. We're very thankful because initially upon our press conference, we were aware that this had something to do with domestic violence. We were aware that she was in danger. We were aware that we needed to speak to someone. So hopefully by this information being revealed to media, we are hoping that detectives and law enforcement speak clearly to the family members of what's going on.
Now, CMPD is continuing to be the lead agency on this investigation. And as more information comes out, it's continuing to reveal just how complex this case is. We've followed up with CMPD to find out if they are investigating Alicia's boyfriend as a person of interest, as they stated in the Anson County report. We will continue to follow up with them for that information. But now I want to bring in my colleague Brandon. He is down in Moore County tonight, where a vigil is expected this evening. Brandon.
Claire, I can tell you tonight is all about just bringing this community together and just talking to Alicia's family and friends. They truly believe in the power of prayer. Now, tonight they want to lift her name and lean on their faith. I'm also told her mother is planning on being here. Now, this is a small town. Just yesterday, I talked to a friend of Alicia's who told me her disappearance has devastated this town of Southern Pines. And Molly, Jamie, that again just tells you and just shows you how loved Alicia is in this community. I'm told a big crowd is expected tonight for this prayer candlelight. Again, we're expecting that candlelight to start around 7. Reporting live in Southern Pines, Brandon Hamilton, WBTV on your.
I'm talking about Alicia Watts. She is the missing woman from Moore County, last seen in Charlotte almost a month ago now. This localized story, now turned national, has everyone asking, everyone across the nation, where is Alicia? You might remember after Alicia disappeared, her boyfriend was found unresponsive in her SUV parked in a DMV parking lot almost an hour outside of Charlotte and Anson County. A report says he had attempted suicide and there was no sign of Alicia. Well, now, tonight, 24 days later, CMPD is breaking its silence. Before going to the concert, our Cam Gaskins had a pretty serious afternoon, and he sat down for a one-on-one interview with the lead investigator. This story is all new for you at 11 o'clock.
I want to go back to kind of the beginning of the investigation. She was last seen July 16th. The missing persons report was filed on the 19th, but CMPD didn't ask for public assistance with the case until the 24th. I'm curious why the delay in getting the public involved with this investigation.
Right. So, you know, it's important to know, first of all, that we investigate thousands of missing persons every year. At the very first second, we can't jump all the way to something until we've worked our way responsibly through trying to find them in a more conventional way.
Right, but even a couple of days though after her car was found without her and her boyfriend inside of it, was that not enough of a cause to try to get the public involved at that point?
Sure, and some of that information was put out. Our PIO's office has been in pretty frequent communication, has been very responsive to any questions that have come out. We don't put everything in the world out because it's really important for us to maintain the integrity of our investigation.
Has James Dunmore been questioned in connection to this case?
So James Dunmore, I think it's been widely reported that he was found there in Polkton. He was transported to a medical facility. It's not my right or duty to comment on anything medical about him, but I can tell you that James Dunmore is somebody very important to this investigation.
Gotcha. Have you questioned him, and do you know his current location at this point?
So not going to comment on the particular details about questioning, and I do not know his current location right now.
So at this point in the investigation, it's been 24 days. How confident is the department that Alicia Watts will be found alive?
I can't comment. I don't know if she'll be found alive or not. I can tell you I hope she is. I really hope she is. I hope with the family and I hope with the friends that she's found alive. But our laser focus right now is finding her.
Again, Cam Gaskins reporting. It was just last night friends and family gathered in Polkton in Anson County and prayed outside the DMV where investigators found her SUV. Alicia's friends say her mother is trusting in God.
She wanted me to convey to everybody, how appreciative she is of the work that you are doing to bring her child home.
We are committed to staying on top of every development in this search for Alicia. So to read more about the story, you can visit our website, WBTV.com. Just click right here on the story. We also have a full interactive timeline.
She was last seen in East Charlotte. Investigators have found her body in Montgomery County. This was yesterday. On this map there, you can see Montgomery County is about 70 miles from Charlotte. Sheriff's deputies confirm they found Alicia's body behind a cemetery there, which is only about 35 minutes from her home in Moore County. Her boyfriend, James Dunmore, now behind bars charged with her murder. WBTV's Claire Kopsky joins us live from the Montgomery County Jail, where she has been digging for more information on these charges that Dunmore is now facing. Claire, what have you learned?
Well, this afternoon, 51-year-old James Dunmore is behind bars here at the Montgomery County Jail. And this morning, we picked up his arrest warrant just down the street at the courthouse. And it says that he is accused of killing his girlfriend, Alicia Watts, on the same day that her family says that she went missing on July 16th. Now, he is being held here without bond on a criminal murder charge. The warrant states that he unlawfully, willfully, and feloniously did malice aforethought kill and murder Alicia Watts. He lives in Charlotte and she lives in Moore County. She was visiting him in Charlotte in mid-July when she disappeared. There are still so many questions surrounding this case, including how Watts's body ended up here in Montgomery County and why Dunmore may have killed his girlfriend. His first court date is set for Monday morning here in Montgomery County at the courthouse. We will, of course, continue to bring you any updates as this investigation into Alicia Watts' murder continues to unfold. We're live in Montgomery County. I'm Claire Kopsky, WBTV News, on your side.
Bless you, family. I've been trying to track you all down, and I decided to come here today to be here in the midst of all of you.
Thanks for joining us tonight for the News at 11. I'm Jane Monreal. Friends, family, and neighbors gathering today for prayers for Alicia Watts, including Tammy Utley, who says life is just not the same without her older sister. Organizers from Racial Justice Network hosting the vigil at Little Rock AME Zion Church in Charlotte. The group's president also speaking for the need to continue the search. The missing 39-year-old woman from Moore County was last seen on July 16th with her boyfriend, James Dunmore, leaving his Charlotte home. T. Hines making the drive from Moore County, telling WCNC they're tired but not giving up on locating her.
I understand that the police can't tell us everything, but they should have told us something that we didn't already know a little bit. I'm definitely here for Alicia Watts. I'm definitely here. I'm definitely not going nowhere. I'm not afraid to have my face in the news, and such and such like that. When Alicia comes home, I can rest.
An advocate for grassroots group Mary's Voice, the grandmother of Mary Santina Collins, who was murdered in Noda back in 2020, also showed up to the event to lend her support and says she understands what the family is going through. In the meantime, family releasing this QR code for donations to continue their search for Watts, saying their goal is to bring her home. If you have any information on this case, you are asked to call your local authorities or Crime Stoppers.